Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.
Cool. All right, Coach. So tell me, what do you think about the season?
I'm really excited. We spent a lot of time in the off season, kind of addressing some things that we needed to improve on, both kind of leadership wise, and trying to work to be kind of a player driven team and that sort of stuff. We devoted a lot of time to that, and the kids have really responded well to that. And then two things we said we really needed to do is we needed to get a little bit stronger, and we need to get a little bit bigger. And so we kind of focused on those two things as well, physically, and had a lot of good results from that. So I'm excited to see how it translates over to the season.
Nice. You mentioned player driven. Let's talk about players. Who are some of the kids you're going to have to rely on this year?
Well, we've got some really good returning seniors that have played, started for us or played a lot over the last couple of years. And so they got a lot of playing experience. And that's Joseph Stickers on our offensive line, going to be our left tackle. And we're really excited to have him back on the offensive line, kind of heading that group up. On defense, we've got a linebacker in Jackson Cloudis who has been, just a solid player for us and a good leader. He was actually a captain as a junior, which I don't really do. And but he called for it because he's that much of a, just of a presence on our team and in our locker room and stuff. We've got in our secondary, we've got Naden Bailey coming back, who he's 6'5", but can play corner. He can play free safety. I mean, he can kind of move around. So he's been really good for us. On the D line, we have Tanner Magnuson coming back, who has started for us for 2 years as well, and so he's going to kind of anchor that unit. In the backfield, we've got running back Gary Jefferson, who played a lot of slot receiver for us, who's going to kind of move in the backfield more this year. And then, at receiver, we have Zaire Newells and Jalen Owens, who got a lot of playing time last year and were good players for us. So we're excited about those guys, coming back with the experience that they've had. We also have Blake Thames, who kind of has done a lot of these kind of the Swiss Army knife for us. He's played quarterback, he's played wide receiver, and he's our long snapper, and now he's going to play kind of some tight end as well as wide receiver. We're going to have some packages for him at quarterback, so we're going to move him around a little bit. And so those guys are really going to, anchor what we've been doing. So
nice. And so talk to me about the district. What do you expect this year?
Well, when they see our district, everybody, Liberty Hill jumps out real quick, and obviously they've had a lot of success over the years and have a great program over there. So they're going to be a challenge, no matter their talent level, just because of what they do it really well. And the kids are disciplined and they're tough, so, that's football, and so they're always going to be pretty good. Bastrop has a lot of talent. We've heard a lot about some guys that over there, some young guys that already have offers and things like that are very talented, but they're a little bit of an unknown for us because we haven't played them in a couple of years. And so there's a lot of things that are going to be different there because last time when we played them my first year in Elgin, they had a different head coach. And so that we'll see how that goes. It's a rivalry thing. So the two Pflugerville schools, Pflugerville High and Pflugerville Conley, both have a lot of talent, and any given night, they can put up a lot of numbers on offense, or give you fits on defense. And I know Pflugerville especially has a lot of kids coming back that played on varsity last year, so I think they're returning every kid on defense. So yeah, they're going to be tough. Out of Austin ISD, Austin McCallum has a lot of talent. They've got a great quarterback, they've got some good receivers, and a solid running back, and then in the secondary they've got some good players. So they're going to be a lot tougher than probably a lot of people realize. And then we have Crockett, Austin Crockett and Navarro over there, who you never know what you're going to get sometimes with those teams. Crockett's got some talent, and they can play with a lot of people as well. So we'll kind of have to see how we get into the season and how those teams are faring.
And what about pre-district? What do you have going there?
So we start off with the Hayes Hawks, and those guys are pretty talented and got some good numbers. And now they've got a new coach and staff. So right out of the gate, we're going to have to figure out what they're doing pretty quick because that's going to be a little different than what they've been doing. So, but that's going to be who we start off with. Then we play Austin Anderson, who we scrimmaged whenever I first got here, and then we haven't seen them in a couple of years. So that's going to be a good challenge for us because they're a bigger school. So is Hayes. And then Montgomery is our game 3. That was kind of interesting how we ended up getting that game because of when we lost Lassa out of the district, and that was all kind of after the fact. Everybody kind of had their schedule set, so we ended up picking up Montgomery by doing a deal with them in Rudder and splitting with 2 teams in our district, ourselves and Pflugerville. And so we picked up Montgomery, and they've played some really tough teams. And they, last year I think they lost to Lake Creek by 1 point, and so we know that they're going to be talented and they're going to be a good team as well. So those 3 games are all bigger schools than us, and they've all had some success, and so we're going to be good challenges for us as we head into district versus McCallum in that first game.
Yeah, no doubt. And did you get a chance to take any break during the summer?
Yes. So that week of 4th of July, we gave the kids off, and I set my family and I on a little vacation. We went to the beach in Destin, Florida, and had a good time. Yeah, it was fun, and so I asked my son, "Hey, you want to go to the beach again?" Yes, I do. So all right. So take that little time there, and other than that, though, the thing about it is in the summertime we have a little bit of opportunity that we don't have to do some things.
Yeah.
And so when I work during the week, but then that weekend hits, and we're busy almost every weekend going to do something. And so, but that's fun. Those are good times. Not they're not work weekends. They're family weekends. So, but that weekend in Florida was a nice break. So.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. Looking forward to the Coaches Show again this year, and have a great season.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Chris.
You bet.
This show is brought to you by the book, All I Need to Know I Learned from My Texas High School Football Coach. A handbook of wisdom for parents, young people, and yes, even coaches. Head over to www.learnedfromcoach.com and order your copy to support sharing the stories of these great coaches and leaders. That's learnedfromcoach.com.